Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a lovely car. This is a Honda CR-V. It's a 2-litre EX automatic. First of this shape, but very low mileage, just 38,000 miles from new, and fitted with a lovely pack, the exterior styling pack. In this case, obviously incorporating the front and rear bumper, little plastic insertions, high-level rear spoiler, and side steps. Finished in twilight blue, which never videos well, unfortunately, but looks absolutely stunning on the car. Ivory leather interior, really is a gorgeous looking car. Front of the car, nice and clean, lights and lenses are clear and intact. No cracks or condensation there. Bonnet, very, very clean indeed. There will be the odd microscopic stone chip, but nothing that to shout home about. Near side, lovely and smooth in the panels, very, very clean indeed. Near side front alloy, pretty much unmarked. Panel works really, really nice. Near side rear alloy, again, in fantastic condition. One of my favourite angles for these with the kits is from the back. It's all very subtle, but the side steps, the high-level spoiler and that rear trim just give it some substance to the car. It looks absolutely fantastic. And come around the back, around to the offside, again, very nice. Offside rear alloy, pretty much unmarked there. There was a little touching on the driver's door there, but it is relatively small, so it's the only thing I can see on the exterior. Offside front alloy, very, very good. But generally, from a car that's now 10 years old, it's in super condition. Coming to the back of the car now, enormous boots, and unlike so many of its age, it's been kept in absolutely lovely condition. Let's come into the back now. You've got this absolutely gorgeous interior. I love these interiors. It just really brightens up the interior of the car, even on dull days. But it's been kept very, very well. Into the front now, again, all very clean and tidy. Passenger seat there has been given minimal use. Sorry if I'm a bit shaky this morning in terms of cameras, but it's -8, believe it or not, so it is incredibly cold. Come to the driver's door, again, door card, lovely condition, as with the footwell areas. And the driver's seat, notwithstanding a low mileage, is in absolutely super condition. So we're inside the car now. Engine's running through sections of the dashboard can be seen illuminated, which to all intents and purposes looks like new. It's in fantastic condition in here. Sat nav working perfectly. Just pop the car into reverse there. That lovely clear gridded parking camera, all working exactly as intended. But it has been kept astonishingly well. Coming across the main dash binnacle, hopefully you can see 38,735 miles. Oh, it's warmed up. It's only -2 now. The only light on is for low fuel, by the way. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. This particular car is registered SW62AFO, and with a mileage of just 38,728 recorded. The reason for all of our videos, and as I always say, especially this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. And the reason we feel it's important is because, like so many people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, only to get there and find out there's an obvious fault that shows up whilst driving the car. So hence that's why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this lovely part of Gloucestershire. And this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on as well, so hopefully it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, as always, you've got a push button start on this top of the range car. Engine starts instantly, settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, aside that is from a low fuel light, which obviously will soon extinguish once we drop more fuel in the car. The engines, Honda, are regarded, and quite rightly, as the builder of the best 4-cylinder engines in the world. Not just because you know, kind of their legendary reliability and longevity, by the way, because they are streets ahead of anything else in this class in that sense. But also just the way it drives. It's a really sweet, flexible engine. It's refined, quiet. It's just a lovely, lovely unit to use, and matches perfectly with the automatic gearbox. Engine obviously feeds into the gearbox. Gearbox, like the engine, is incredibly robust and tough. Very slick shifting, you know, almost imperceptible on the road. And as I said, you know, they are incredibly reliable as well. Notwithstanding that, you should always do the same checks on any car, and that's basically just to make sure when you select drive or reverse, there's no sort of clunks or thunks as it engages, and the gear changes should be smooth on the road, and in every sense it's perfect in that sense. Coming through to the steering and the chassis, steering really nicely weighted, very accurate, precise, very car-like on the road. You know, these aren't sports cars, but what it does absolutely brilliantly. The steering, you know, there's no vibration, by the way, at this speed, or any speed actually up to the legal limit. It tracks absolutely dead straight as well, but it works in perfect unison with the chassis, because the chassis you know, is designed to give you a comfortable ride, which it is. It's very supple, it's very well damped, but also when you go through the corners, unlike so many of this type of car, it doesn't flounder, it doesn't sort of loll up about. The body control is actually really, really good for this type of vehicle, and they've done a fantastic job on it, I have to say. This section of road, by the way, has got an awful road surface. It's like the surface of the moon. I'm just listening out for any rattles or clunks, of which there's none at all. It's absolutely as tight as a drum. I'm just going to give the brakes a good thump as well. But excellent brake pedal on the car. No pulsing, no vibrations coming back through the brake pedals. So all in fine, fine order indeed. Coming inside the car, first things first, beautifully put together cars. No rattles, no squeaks, just really high quality interior. And I love this ivory leather on sort of dull days, a bit like today where it's not particularly nice. Actually it's getting better, but it's still pretty dull. It just lifts your spirits. It adds a lightness to the interior that kind of the darker colours can be quite sombre and cold feeling. And in that sense as well, by the way, the seats don't have that kind of icy cold when you get into them in the same way as black leather does as well, or get as hot on summer's days. So it's really, really nice. And they obviously got heated seats, which work absolutely perfectly. You got brilliant driving position, fantastic visibility, helped by these massive wing mirrors, so lane changes on motorways, manoeuvres are very simple indeed. The dash layout is really well done. It's, you know, a very highly equipped car, but it doesn't phase you with lots of information and stuff that bewilders you. You get in it, and within 2 or 3 days you've absolutely mastered it. Sat nav, as you can see there, nice big screen, all working exactly as it should. Down below that we've got dual level climate control, so you can have different temperatures side to side if you so wish. And that pumps out absolutely ice cold air, because we tried it in a nice warm workshop earlier on. All the switchgear has that wonderful tactile quality that Honda give you. It all feels beautifully engineered. Dash display in front, simple legible dials, neatly displayed as is Honda's way, and you've got this lovely small diameter leather bound steering wheel, which looks and feels like new inside. The whole interior is in stunning condition. It really, really is. This has been a very well looked after car in that sense. It is a four-wheel drive car, although there's no buttons to press. The car does it all for you. Basically it runs in front-wheel drive pretty much the whole time. Only as and when it needs to go into four-wheel drive, it'll do so via the traction control, so it can react far more quickly than you could. So on sort of snow, ice or mud, if you went to pull away, it lost a bit of grip, it seamlessly brings in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive. And I had to use mine and my wife's CRV the other day with a bit of snow, and it was brilliantly effective. The advantages, of course, over a permanent four-wheel drive system are that you're going to use less fuel, you're going to get through your tyres far less quickly, and you can put far less mechanical stress through the vehicle. So it really is a win-win. It is a fabulous car, and it's so obvious to see why these are still incredibly sought after, and it drives absolutely perfectly.